All right, y'all, we are back with another video. And at this point, we are all just sick of Jack Smith. Now, we've been learning in the last few videos that Jack Smith is trying his best to threaten Miss Judge Aileen Cannon, because, you know, Judge Aileen Cannon, she kind of been like one of the fair ones that been like pretty fair to Donald Trump. And you got somebody like Jack Smith is just trying to provoke her, trying to make her do what he want her to do, and she just ain't falling for it. And so it seems like every time Jack Smith go to court, he trying to find a way to use like these scare tactics, try to scare the judge into doing what he want her to do, and she just ain't falling for it. You know, so we definitely finna check this one out. This one right here is coming from Doug, said that Jack Smith uses tired scare tactics against Judge Cannon. Here we go again. This is what he constantly doing, trying to get her to cover up everything for him, and she just ain't following through with it. And I'm glad she ain't. I'm glad that Judge Aileen Cannon is being fair, and she ain't just sucking up to Jack Smith, who's trying to just make her do what he want her to do. So like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. I also want to thank everybody who clicked on the video for the very first time. I appreciate all of you, especially the one that always watches the entire video. It really, really helps out a lot. All right. So without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Like I say, y'all do me a favor, hit that like button so more people can see this reaction, and it'll really help me out. So without further ado, let's dive straight to it.
You know what I hate? I hate bullies.
Me too.
Jack Smith is a huge bully.
Yep.
He has no authority. He shouldn't even be in this job. Someone probably told him, hey, you push back on that Aileen Cannon judge on that Mar-a-Lago case. You push back. This is going to be huge. This could end up breaking Jack Smith because he's peer pressuring Aileen Cannon to reverse a decision. And judges don't like that, coming from a guy like Jack Smith. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenaple. This is where the happy patriots are. We're going to read this article over on NBC News. Fake news, NBC News. And it'll reveal everything, how Jack Smith is doing a tired old line that Trump supporters are violent and make death threats. That's what all this lies on. Remember when Fani Willis, when they were first doing the Trump indictment, Fani Willis she set up barriers in Fulton County at the courthouse. She set up barriers and called all the police to protect them because they claimed a bunch of Trump supporters were going to come and make death threats and harm them. So this is all a puppet show. Remember, after Biden took control of America, they called in 50,000 troops to sit in the DC Capitol and put razor wire and walls all around the Capitol, because implying that like Trump supporters are so violent, and they never acted out in violence. So this is all a puppet show on their part. This is how they cry wolf or Chicken Little. You know, if we're going to stick to fairy tales, they either cry wolf, that a wolf is coming and it's all been faked, or it's Chicken Little and the sky is falling and the sky is not falling. Here we go. Special counsel warns of, quote, significant and immediate, unquote, threat to Mar-a-Lago case witnesses. Jack Smith's team also said that sealed documents contain speculation about witness tampering. Here we go.
Here we go.
Washington. The special counsel prosecuting Donald Trump has asked the judge, that's Aileen Cannon, in the Mar-a-Lago classified case to reconsider an order the government argues could identify more than 24 witnesses and threaten their safety and testimony. Now, Judge Cannon has already read these witnesses and would have an idea of who these people are. And remember, Jack Smith wants to keep it all redacted and quiet, and Aileen Cannon wants to reveal everything to the public about this case. Trump's lawyers have asked for unredacted documents to be turned over, which lawyers for special counsel Jack Smith want to block. In a 24-page filing in federal court in Florida, prosecutors for Smith said the court applied the wrong legal standard when U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon, who is overseeing the case, ordered the unsealing of materials. Cannon issued an order in response on Friday that delayed her initial decision. We covered this in a video if you want to go back and look at it.
Right, I remember that.
Cannon's face on the cover. The filing notes an exhibit that includes, quote, information about uncharged, potentially obstructive conduct by a defendant and speculation about witness tampering by an uncharged individual, unquote. According to the prosecutor, this witness declined to have his interview recorded. I don't know the significance of that. I'm just going to keep reading. Trump was charged last year along with Walt Nauta, a personal aide to the former president, and Carlos de Oliveira, who worked at Mar-a-Lago. All three pled not guilty. Smith argued that making the filings public would disclose the identities of witnesses prepared to testify against Trump, including career civil servants and former Trump advisors, and what they said to federal investigators and the grand jury. So this is, again, he's saying that there's going to be trouble for them. He hasn't said it yet, but let's see if we read a little further.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
But so far, this is a big nothing burger, guys. Jack Smith is trying to insert himself and trying to keep a secret. What they really don't want to do is release the name of another FBI investigation into Trump that further exposes them. The decision risks exposing them to, quote, significant and immediate intimidation after the government fought to keep their information private, according to the filing. And from what I know, they will not get significant and immediate intimidation.
See, that's the thing, though. Aileen Cannon, that's why I said she's being fair. She want to present everything to the public while Jack Smith is just trying to keep stuff a secret. This man is just corrupt. I'm just, at this point, I'm just so sick of Jack Smith. Won't he just go to prison already? That's all these people do is just sit around and want everything to go their way. Don't want her to do this. You don't want Aileen Cannon to do this. You want her to do everything you want her to do. And that's what he's doing, trying to use these bully tactics, these scare tactics to try to make her do what he want her to do, and she ain't going for it. That's why they've been bumping heads and stuff like that. And Judge Aileen Cannon been going off on him. And respectfully so. Look what he's trying to do, trying to bully her into doing what he want her to do to Donald Trump. It's just crazy. We are all just sick of this crap, man.
Of these witnesses' identities or the substance of their interviews with the FBI dangerously risks exposing them, said the special counsel, pointing to a well-documented pattern of, get this, threats, harassment, and intimidation against those involved in cases against Trump. Now, is that true, that only people who are against Trump face intimidation, death threats, etc.? Or is it not everyone?
Oh, my God. Listen to this. Said that the special counsel pointed to a well-documented pattern of threats, harassment, and intimidation against those invoked in cases against Trump. And then said Cannon has suffered similar death threats, prosecutors for Smith. Let me take that back because I want y'all to hear exactly what Doug just said about that. We got to pay very, very close attention to this. This is very important.
Threats, harassment, and intimidation against those involved.
Take it back a little more.
Or the substance of their interviews with the FBI dangerously risks exposing them, said the special counsel.
Okay.
Pointing to a well-documented pattern of, get this, threats, harassment, and intimidation against those involved in cases against Trump. Now, is that true, that only people who are against Trump face intimidation, death threats, etc.?
Oh, God.
Or is it not everyone in Trump's circle also faces them from the left, including real life violence, where, Steve Scalise has a bullet wound in him by a guy who shot up a baseball game over a leftist, hardened leftist who came after him. So Jack Smith, you've called this out one too many times. The left has done this one too many times.
Yep.
Claim Trump supporters are violent. And they're not. He'll say it's well documented. It's well documented on both sides when you do anything against the public. Remember, Marjorie Taylor Greene got swatted on Christmas Day. So did her family. So swattings are normal on both sides, etc. Cannon, quote, has suffered similar death threats. There you go.
See?
Prosecutors for Smith. Right. So remember, Judge Cannon, Trump appointee, has also faced death threats. So everyone get on board. You're all facing death threats now. Other exhibits disclose details about the August 8th search of Trump's Mar-a-Lago club, where classified documents were seized, including the name of the FBI agents involved. 2 Justice Department attorneys were present.
See, that's the problem about like the documents and stuff like that. If they want to go off with this, trying to lock Trump up and trying to over these documents, then how the hell they let Joe Biden get out of it? They literally made up an excuse that Joe Biden can't remember anything. Just because he can't remember anything, just because he can't read, he can't get off he don't know how to get off a stage, they just simply just dropped his charges. When this man had documents in his garage, had all the documents in his garage, and at the time that he took them, he was way better than where he is now, as far as like can know what he's doing, how to read, and whatever the case may be. But they literally just dropped Joe Biden charges. So I said in my last video, if you're going to drop Joe Biden charges, you need to drop Donald Trump charges as well. And Trump said the same thing. If you're going to drop his, then I need y'all to drop mine. And now they're trying to say that Trump's document was more severe. His case was more severe than Joe Biden. Just another excuse to get Joe Biden out of trouble. That's all that right there was about.
And non-public details of the property's layout. Trump has lashed out at the Gestapo agents who conducted the raid, and at the time of the search suggested the government might seek to plant implicating documents. That's a weird conspiracy. I don't believe, but you never know. Another exhibit discusses how 2 potential witnesses went about finding lawyers after Smith raised earlier questions over potential conflicts of interest for lawyers paid by Trump. After switching lawyers last year, the witness recanted previous false testimony and shared new information with the special counsel's team, which led to the superseding indictment. The case is set to go on trial in May, but risks being delayed. Lawyers for Trump are seeking to dismiss the charges with a series of motions expected later this month and extend certain deadlines in the case. A scheduling conference is set for March 1st. This delays things further. We're good with that. That helps Trump, makes Trump the good guy. And this is a good move also to delay it. So hopefully Jack Smith doesn't get his way. All these names need to be redacted and released to the public. And maybe that'll get all these people to start telling the truth instead of telling lies and trying to hide it all with the protection of the Department of Justice. Aileen Cannon is not playing. She's a good judge. No matter what she decides, she's a good judge. And so we support her. And of course, we oppose and mock Jack Smith as a complete fraud. And hopefully this trial is delayed. It's moot anyways. If this goes to the Supreme Court, Trump will be sprung.
There we go right there. Like I said before, salute to Judge Aileen Cannon. She's doing a great job. Obviously, we can see like she have been receiving like threats, death threats and stuff from Jack Smith camp. But you know, now she want to release everything to the public while this man Jack Smith is just trying to keep stuff a secret and run his own narrative. Exactly what he's trying to do. So he's trying to bully her into believing what he want her to believe, and she ain't going for it. So salute to Judge Aileen Cannon for that. But like I said, thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.